Hi guys, welcome back to Stella Wilson Creations. I have posted a kind of a cruise prep video, and I had got some questions on kind of why we picked the cruise and how we determine where we're going to go, like what location we wanted to go to. And so I'm just going to do a little follow-up video. I got my sister and my sister-in-law here with me. So we're going to go over some of the questions. So hopefully these answer all of the questions that you guys have. If you have more, continue to put those down in the comments below, and we'll try to do our best to answer those. So, if you guys don't know, this is my sister, Lanika, and then over here in the middle is my sister-in-law, Sabrina. So, the first question is, why did we pick, I guess, this cruise or this ship? Or so, we'll start with that question first. Do you want to go?
I think with us, we always look for, whenever we're on vacation, we're looking for a good deal, number one, a good time, and just, you know, something that we get the best bang for our buck. And so we knew we wanted to go to Jamaica, and so we were looking for cruises, and then so we kind of narrowed it down, you know, to that date. And so that's kind of why we did it. We know we're going to Jamaica because our brother went there, and we wanted to make sure that we got back and actually did it. He always wanted us to go on a cruise with him to there, and we never got a chance to do it with him, so we wanted to go back and actually take that cruise. So we're doing that now.
So I think one of the things that you guys can consider when you're picking a cruise is how many people are, you know, going with your group, and if you're the person paying for most of it, or how you want the price to break down. It'll be totally different if you're taking like a two-person cruise, like a couple cruise, and you want it to be more romantic, maybe a little bit more upscale. So it really depends on what you're looking to get out of on the cruise. Now, Tammy did ask, why did we pick Carnival over Disney? And so that'll be going around in the next question. So we'll kind of hit the difference between the two. Sabrina, did you add anything? I know that mostly you picked this cruise because we picked this cruise. But is there anything like that you had a preconceived notion about Carnival versus any of the other ones?
I just know that Carnival is the more turn-up cruise. I'm more looking for a good time.
I'm more looking for a good time.
And I will say that I do feel Carnival is more, I would say it's more of a party cruise. It's more kid friendly than some of the other cruise lines. So I think you got to really know what you're trying to get out of your vacation. And then, plus I think Carnival maybe to me has the most for everyone. So if you have a group that's wide range of ages and likes and, you know, things they want to do, they can each have a good vacation doing what they want to do, but all be on the same boat. So I think Carnival gives you that, where maybe some of the cruise lines are very specific and tailored a little bit more towards either older or kids.
I do want to mention at this point, since she did say she's looking for more of a turn up, I'm 38. I don't go to clubs, and I don't find it being intrusive or anything. Like, it doesn't deter me from going on the Carnival line. I do think that you could find, you know, the parties, the clubs in any of the cruise lines. So if that is what you're going to do and your main goal is to drink and go to parties, that will be available on all the ships.
Well, but it no matter what people are on all the cruise, because to turn up, it got to be like you're a crowd of people on that cruise. So if it's more catered to like more upscale, more uppity, you wouldn't really want to party with those type of people if you're trying to turn up.
Well, I do think that we went on the Royal Caribbean, and we were in our 30s when we went, and we were the younger generation of the cruise. On the Carnival, we're probably in the norm of the age.
And then we were cruising in September, so a lot of it's a lot of factors to it. Depends on what time of year you sail. If you sailing in September or in a time when school is in, you're probably going to have less kids on any cruise. So we'll see because we're going on this cruise in September as well at the end. So we'll see how many kids are actually on this cruise. So that'll be interesting. But I did feel like on a Royal Caribbean, it was much more
elegant.
Yeah, it was super elegant, and I liked it. I had a good time, but really, there was no. To me, I didn't even know where they was turning. If they was turning up, I ain't never see it. And I'm kind of in the middle. Like, I'm not finna turn up all the time like Sabrina. I'm not finna stay in the room, so I might pop out and turn up.
I don't stay in the room. You see how they just try to stay?
Then I'm gonna pop back in. No, Stella will go out the room, but just to do like shows and stuff.
Like on shows or like lay at the pool.
Yeah.
I'm more of like all the shows and the comedy shows and all of the ship programs I'll be doing. What?
And I'm more, I like to read, so I'm gonna be around the ship everywhere, reading my Kindle, having a good time. But I will turn up a little bit, then turn in, do all kind of stuff. I just get a whole round. Yeah, I like everything.
So the next question is about picking the right cruise for your family and what do you think would be the right cruise. So on this cruise, me and my sister are basically, I'm paying for me, my husband, Jalissa, and either my mom or my mother-in-law. So I'm budgeting for around 5. Now me and my sister kind of split the cost depending on room, hotel, plane, when it comes to our mothers and mother-in-law. But basically I'm paying for 5 people and we're taking about 21 people total. It's going to be, I think we have like 11 rooms booked so far. So it's going to be a big group. So we wanted something that is affordable. We have a lot of first timers on this cruise. So that's the main reason we were looking at some of the Carnival line versus Royal Caribbean or Princess, even though those do go to the Caribbean as well. So after we decided that we were going to go to Jamaica and we wanted to do the Dunn's River Falls and things like that, we were like, okay, we need to find a line and something that fits our budget. So that's kind of why we picked Carnival this trip over Royal Caribbean or the Disney.
I will say that I do feel like Carnival is, although I have been looking at Royal Caribbean, they are trying to price themselves a lot better, and they do have some really good like kids sell free. So you got to kind of, to me, I feel like with anything, any vacation, you got to really shop. You got to watch those prices and kind of jump in when it's right for you. But if you're cruising in like the off season, not in the summer months, it's always going to be a lot cheaper. So if we would have took the same cruise in July or June, when all the kids are out, it was probably $800 or $900 more for the same thing per person, which was just crazy. So you got to just kind of really shop around. And if you're a person who, you don't have kids during school, you could just pop out whenever you want to take a cruise. A very, very good tip is that you can book right before. If I'm going to do this, Stella thinks I'm crazy, but like I'm very flexible. I have a lot of vacation time. I've been in my job forever, so I'm very flexible. So when me and my husband are off on vacation one week, I'm like, we're taking off and we're just going to book a cruise to wherever the cruise is going. We're going to fly there and get on.
So that's called a last minute cruise is what it's called.
Cheap, yes.
And they're really cheap because you're just, but I'm a planner and the planner in me, I just don't know how I can ever do that. I need to know when, where, how. I cannot get on a plane and not. So to me, that wouldn't work. I would just have so much anxiety about the whole trip that doesn't make it feel fun or safe for me. So that usually is not an option. I kind of find my deals because I plan out years in advance, 2 years in advance, and so I get my deals that way. But that works as well.
I will say either you plan way far out or you go right before. Those are going to give you the best shots at having deals and comparing.
I did want to talk about a travel agent this time. We did use the Carnival Cruise travel agent. We ended up going one with my sister found, but I found one too that was really nice. We ended up just using the one she had because he was in way more contact with us. And when you have large groups, I do suggest using some kind of a travel agent. None of us are travel agents. I'm the planner in our family, so I'm usually the one that does everything. But when you're dealing with multiple families, multiple money, I do suggest using some kind of a travel agent.
I did like that better. I thought Brian, like we gave everybody his information. Everybody was able to call him, ask whatever questions they want. I think my aunt to this day is still calling him, asking him questions about it whenever she feels like it, which is great. That saves us for asking a lot of questions, but everybody can feel like they're in charge of their own vacation, because the last thing you want is to book for a whole bunch of people and people not want this or not want that or didn't get to choose this, or you want everybody to get what they want because they're spending their money.
Okay, so we have 2 more questions in this line of questionings for cruises. Again, don't forget, if you have more comments or questions, put them down in the comment section and we'll get to your questions as we can. Okay, so we're going to talk about our favorite things on a cruise, and I kind of have like 2 different ones. My favorite thing on the Royal Caribbean is the spa. Their heated seats are just amazing. I could stay and lay there all day long.
Like we practically did.
Yeah.
We were there for a lot of hours.
So I absolutely love their spa area. And if you guys know me, I like peace and quiet a lot. And it's very just serene, relaxing. And the heated seats, they're nowhere on land. I have looked and searched. If they were on land, I would be there. So if you have a chance to go on the Royal Caribbean, get in those heated seats. Now I did hear, I haven't been on there yet, but the Carnival line has like the Cloud 9 area,
I believe the
right?
Vista class, or if you're anywhere, if you're going on the Havana class ships, like those newer ships, they will have like that updated Cloud 9 spa.
So I will let you guys know 100% if you know, any of my future cruises have them. This cruise that we're going on, I don't believe have anything like that. But again, we went in there knowing that. But going forward, yes, if you have a chance to go to the spa and get in those heated chairs, that would be like my favorite thing to do on a cruise. And I also like the shows. I really love the shows. They are really like high productions, so you don't think that you're like in some cheap production. Like they're really made nice, and not and so if you have a chance to do the shows, I go to all the shows and put that in my agenda to go to them. But those would be my two things that I love most about a cruise.
I think cruising is my favorite vacation. We vacation a lot and we do a lot of different things, but cruising is my favorite. Like if I could cruise twice a year, I would be super happy. That's my goal. So, and the reason why I like it is because it's like you could just do whatever you want to do whenever you want to do it. If it's a day I just want to read and relax by the pool, I can do that. If I want to do a ton of different things and go, like even when we're on the Royal Caribbean, you go shopping, you could just do everything. Plus the food is amazing, and I just love it. If you're a parent and you've been a parent, my kids are grown now, but just being a parent for so many years, one of my biggest pet peeves, people are like, what's for dinner? Oh my, you don't ever get asked that on a cruise. It is the best day ever, because guess what? There's an open buffet. Yeah. Go eat something, have some ice cream by the pool. Like it's like one less thing. I get the best sleep. I love sleeping on on a cruise. I like the way the waves are. I get the best sleep. It's just everything. I like it. I love stopping at the ports and not having to commit and stay at a port all day. Like you could just go see the sights, kind of get a taste of the culture, and then get back on the boat. We've got a lot of adventures that we've taken. We've been in a submarine, so it's a lot of things that you can do when you're on a cruise. I feel like it's such a versatile vacation, and you can make it what you want it to be. And if you're a person that's in and out like me, you know, I can kind of do everything I want to do. Or if you want to just really turn, I just feel like it has something for everyone. It's the perfect vacation for an eclectic family. Sabrina, what are you looking forward to most on a cruise?
So I've never been on a cruise, so I feel like I'm looking forward to excursions, being able to go to the ports, do different stuff. I want to get off the boat, like try the Jamaican food in Jamaica. I feel like I want to just try different things. Clubs. I want to try the different clubs.
She's gonna be the one on the TV talking about YMCA.
Funny story, we were on a cruise and I was dating a guy and I really was in the club and he was, and so I turned the TV on the next day and this man was on the TV leading YMCA, and that's why we always do that as a joke. Needless to say, he's not my husband now, but that is what it is.
They do record all the clubs and they replay those throughout the duration of the trip, so that's one FYI.
So yeah.
So what happens in the club might be on the TV the next day.
So I wanted to talk about some of the things I do in preparation for going on a cruise. Kind of things that I love decorating my room, and so this is the video you guys saw before that. I decorate the outside of the doors, and if we have any anniversaries or birthdays or anything like that, I like decorating inside the room. There is a fee. It's around $50 for decorating inside the room, and then you guys saw already the outside decorations. I am going to make some of myself and put them on the door, but I really like to identify our room versus everyone else. If you ever been on a cruise, all those doors look the same, all those hallways look the same, and so it just kind of helps you find your room faster. Yeah. So that is one of the things I really like doing in preparation for a cruise.
I think that the cool thing about this one is now, because we've booked up like almost a whole corridor, since we have 11 rooms and we try to get them all together. That was one thing the vacation planner helped us with. So we're all kind of in the same vicinity. So I feel like it could be like really fun, or maybe not. We'll just have to see how it goes. It's going to be real good or real bad. We'll see. But I think for me, Stella's the planner. I am definitely not a planner. Like, the most planning I'm going to do about the cruise is I'm probably going to order some sundresses ahead of time, and I'm really concerned about what sandals I'm going to wear. But outside of that, I probably won't even be packed till the week before. I'm going to throw some stuff in my bag. I probably won't have everything I need when I get on the boat. I'll borrow stuff from Stella because she'll have everything. And that's how I live my life.
I think you guys needed to consider plane and how you're getting there. I've watched plenty of videos, and I have huge anxiety about traveling and being late and things like that. So I'm always, I would rather be somewhere early and waiting than late. So the ship usually leaves around 3 or 4 of the ports, and so you want to make sure that you get there before that ship leaves. If the ship leaves you, they do not give you a refund. I know they do have travel insurance, you can do that, but then you have to, apply and do all that for your traveler insurance. So, and I mean, your trip will still be wasted. You wasted your time.
And I feel like that's where one of the things like Stella is really great at, because that ship is going to leave wherever it's docked, wherever when it goes, whether it's leaving from the home port or from another port. You need to be on that ship, so give yourself plenty of time. And number one rule, I think, is just not trying to arrive that day. If in case a car breaks down, a flight gets delayed, you do not want to be there cutting it close.
So we always stay at a hotel the night before. We have drove in. If you're driving a car, you don't really have to stay in a hotel. We made it there like a 9, was it 9 or something? All, and that was a good, I felt like it was good timing.
But it was, Stella was very stressed. My husband's a truck driver, so he drives for a living. So we drove from Champaign to New Orleans,
which was 12 to 13 hours, so it said.
But I'm pretty sure Stella made us give us like 17 hours. So we got there at what, 8 or 9 o'clock? We had breakfast. We just sat around. We were at the dock for a while. Like we were super early. But I guess.
But you never know if a car, if a tire, if something. The other day Sabrina said that her belt wasn't turning. Like, you don't know what's gonna happen, and what you can't predict the future, and you want to put in time in case something does happen and you can't make it there. So I don't know. I do want to suggest using Expedia. I love Expedia. It gives you Expedia rewards where you can you build up points for like every, I guess, hotel, flight, stay that you have, and you can use that towards your next flight or whatever. There are a lot of companies like that. I use Expedia a lot. Sabrina, what website do you like for travel? Because you like something different.
I use Expedia. I use Hotwire. I use Priceline. I kind of just navigate between all of them to see. I do Kayak. I just navigate between them all to see who has a better deal at the time.
Now see,
but she's looking for the bill. Yeah, you're looking at the bill. You're looking for the cheapest price or the best rate at that time. And when I go into it, I feel like I stick to one because I'm earning points to get. Like, I stayed in a $169 room for $77. To me, you cannot beat that.
So I feel like I get points through Expedia and Hotwire. Like, if it's strictly for a hotel, then I use Hotwire. But if I'm doing vacations, I use Expedia.
And I don't actually I booked my hotel for this trip through Expedia because Stella told me to. But I generally do not book through a website. I actually
likes calling the hotel, which is the worst. They never give you discounts.
I like to talk to the people at the front desk.
That's called old school, really. I don't know what that is.
I called them. I asked them for like different stuff I want.
I be telling her, tell her the website say $110. Like,
I don't know. I've always just booked directly. Like, I call the hotel.
So if she's booking at Dury, she's calling the Dury Inn
in that
whatever
city.
Location,
like, I'm calling not even the 1-800 number. I'm calling Dury Inn.
Even if you book on Expedia, you can still call them if you have questions.
I know, I get it. I don't know why I don't.
But she still wants to book through
I'm booking through them. I don't know why I do that, but I do.
I don't know.
And so then I don't build up any points or anything because I'm just booking randomly. I mean, like, I travel for work quite a bit, so I am with Hyatt and different. Like,
she would probably have way more. She travels for work way more than
when we stayed in Atlanta, I was a Premier Hyatt. I am
and we didn't get no Premier. We didn't get no benefits.
I got some snacks.
Even if you
oh yeah, you did get some snacks, and then we didn't even eat them.
We took all them snacks with us.
If you do a specific airline, you can get points in a credit card through that airline.
I know.
Like Southwest has points. Like cousin books through them.
So we did want to talk about airlines. Sabrina, why don't you want to talk about? She loves flying. It's Southwest is your favorite one, right?
I like Southwest.
So she loves Southwest. You want to talk about why you like Southwest and the process of the early morning seating? What do you like about there?
So yeah, I like Southwest because for one, I live close to Midway. It flies out of Midway. They have so you pick your seats. You have to what did you call it when you check in?
Pre-register,
Pre-check.
Yeah,
when it's time to pre-check, the 24-hour marker, however that goes. Depending on the time that you pre-check in, that's your seating category. So like if you pre-check in like first, you'll be in category A. So all the A people go first, and then the B people. And basically you sit where you want to sit.
So there's no assigned seats. So it doesn't say
just whoever
row
checks
G
in first.
Yeah,
whoever sits there first.
Yeah, which I don't like that.
So I like that because like even me and my sister, like I forgot to check in. And me and my sister still, like, I got the window seat. She got the out seat. But then somebody came. She volunteered her middle seat. I wouldn't have volunteered for the middle seat. But she's small, so she was fine.
I don't ever, like, I feel like when you're a small person, like, I'm only 4'11", so I'm usually, like, I can cross my legs. I can do all kinds of stuff in there. So,
but do you have an airline preference?
I prefer American Airlines. Only just because I've flown with them more. Like, I've flown Southwest before and loved it. I honestly have flown, like,
and they
almost...
have the free bags.
Yeah.
Southwest lets you get 2 carry-on
and a thing, yeah,
and 2 free check bags.
And then
so that is the most bags free on Southwest.
Southwest does have.
And then most of my flying I've done with work, so I don't really be concerned about the price or anything like that. Like, it doesn't bother me. But I think American Airlines has like good movies. I know I've always watched real good movies on there and things like that. I mean, I don't have a huge preference as long as I get there safely. That's my most.
So for me, for me, I have 2 airlines that I really, really like. I like American Airlines and I like United.
Really?
And
That's
a lot of
United?
a lot of the reasons why I like them is because I am plus size. I get very body conscious about the seatbelt and having to ask for a seatbelt extender, and that whole process I have so much anxiety about. I've never had a seatbelt issue on American or United. Now, I don't like that you can't pre-pick your seats. That has changed in the last few years, but if you pay together, usually you're seated together. So I haven't had a problem not being able to sit with my family, so that isn't an issue. The other thing I didn't like about is I flew Delta, and they seatbelts are smaller. I had to use a seatbelt extender on Delta, so that would probably be my least favorite just because of the anxiety level of me. I'm not the largest plus size person, but I'm always worried if there's someone sitting by me or I'm not feeling comfortable, and so a lot of that. So if issue of what do you call that? Space is an issue. Maybe you will lean towards American or United.
And flying is always a little bit stressful.
Every time I flew United, I needed a seatbelt extender.
Really?
Both times. I only flew them twice, but I needed one, and I got stuck in the middle.
And I hate that. I have big breasts. I don't want to be sitting like this the whole time. Like this is why I like to pick a seat. Yeah,
that was terrible.
So yeah, terrible.
I kind of always volunteer myself in the middle because I feel like I just take up less. Like I could just be like this.
My sister is a little smaller than us, and then I don't know.
Just
We could
like
get
I'm
in we could do a whole plus size video because she doesn't get. I feel like she's on the cusp of not being overweight, and so she doesn't get kind of like some of the plus size issues, and the anxiety comes with travel.
Yeah, and once my sister kind of brought it to light, like even like with the Disney rides and stuff, like I didn't realize that was an issue because being small, it's like you always fit in a space. Like I always fit somewhere, so I never had that as a concern. You know, like I don't think I could fit because I'm always too tiny for stuff. Just being short, even. And I can even stand up on like the little puddle jumpers. I can stand all the way up, like on those little small planes.
Oh no.
I can't. Everybody else would be like hunched down when I fly from Champaign to O'Hare for business. I'm just standing up like, what? And everybody else can't even stand up on the plane. It's ridiculous.
Is there anything else you think we need to just talk about?
I just encourage people, if you are thinking about doing a cruise.
I guess you guys should talk about the water tax and the drinks.
Yeah, we'll probably do another video closer to the cruise when we talk about some of the things like like the beverage, if you want to do the beverage package and things like that, more in depth into the cruise as we get closer with our preparation. Getting all these 21 people on the cruise is a challenge in itself. And we even stumbled across, like, we made shirts, and not everybody liked the shirts, and some people did. So it was kind of like, trying to get 21 people to like the same things is going to be a challenge anyway. So we're hoping that everyone just goes, and we're going to encourage everyone to have the best vacation that they can have for themselves, whether that means staying out all night and turning up and sleeping in. Whatever you want to do, just do what you feel like.
So I do want to let you know, same thing like when you go to Disney, your family is still your family where you're at Disney. Your family's still going to be your family where you're at a cruise or not. So the same attitudes, the same behaviors, the same things that people like are still going to carry over. And so I still encourage you to do it. There might be some bad days, but there's so many more great memories that you get out of the trip. So I hope that this video has helped you kind of prepare for your next cruise. And if you guys have any other questions, just feel free to comment down below and we will answer them. Thanks so much for your time today, and we'll see you in the next video. Bye.